Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army. Army officers say the missile, found sometime last week, has been inspected at Roswell, New Mexico, and sent to Wright Field, Ohio, for further inspection. Headline edition will bring you special reports and interviews in a moment.
How you doing? This is a guy from bed. I'm getting myself mixed up. Good Lord, help! Wish I had a way to start this over. I could start it over, but I won't. It'd be funnier to leave it in. This is a guy from Pittsburgh who wants to be Art Bell, I guess, subconsciously or something. This is me, and well, it's 77 in Roswell. There you go. I don't know if you can see that very well. I got my phone set for all these things. Let's see. It's 77 in Roswell. It's 72 with rain in Pittsburgh. It's 64 in Martinez. And it's 84 in my living room. So, and hello, Penn Hills, Brad, Julio, all the rest of the people. And I'm still waiting for Penn Hills to send me some Primanti sandwiches and some fried oysters from the Oyster House. And they could send us some of that Pittsburgh rain that they're getting right now. The Pirates are playing good. The Steelers are getting ready to get some offense in their lack of offense. Roethlisberger was practicing the other day, according to the PG. And we'll see what happens with that. But go Bucks and go Steelers. My Welch's grape juice. Never heard from them bums on their fruit snacks, so I've got to call them one day. Anyway, I had to comment on Hillary Clinton and wealth. Wealth is a funny thing. Financially, what I get every month, I'm poor. My mother gave me the computer I'm working on right now. I bought this. It's so dirty, I gotta get a screen protector on this. Bought this iPad on a credit card. iPhone gets paid out of my bank account every month, but I bought it for cash. I got a Mac in the other room, needs a new hard drive. Got a MacBook in the other room. Bought that on a credit card. Got an older MacBook. Bought it for cash at eBay. Clamshell iBook, cash, eBay. Here's the old clamshell iBook. I'm going to give it away. Need to find a bezel for it inside. Someone might be able to use it. I hate to just send it to the recycling bin. But by some standards, I'm poor with the income I get. But by other standards, I'm rich. You got a guy in Barack Obama's Kenya, and I'll never believe that's his real birth certificate. It's damn funny with all these other weird heart attacks that the lady who certified his birth certificate in Hawaii dies of a heart attack right afterwards. Guess so she couldn't talk and tell the truth one day. In 25 or 30 years, just like the Warren Commission. Well, in Kenya, Barack Obama's cousin makes $1,100 a year. And my mother made that every month in one Social Security check. And he's selling charcoal by the side of the road. And Obama ain't lifted a finger. That's why I call him Obama, among other reasons. He ain't lifted a finger to help his relative out. And yet he and his wife are constantly railing against capitalism, people who make money, telling us what to eat. The next thing I guess they'll be doing is telling us what to wear. So, you know, that's the name of that tune. I got a switch here, I forgot. And so we have come to Hillary Clinton, as I call her, the Hildebeast. And there's also here Hildebeast wannabes, Dianne Feinstein, Nancy Pelosi, Barbara Boxer, Maxine Waters, all would love to be president, to tell everyone what to do if they could. But we got Hillary Clinton, who says she hasn't decided whether she's going to run for president. If you believe that, I got a saucer to sell you straight from Wright Patterson. But this woman has $50 million in the bank. Oh, I got to say something on the side. You got Biden saying he doesn't have a savings account when he does. He's got 15 grand in the bank with his wife. And he says he's going to live off the government, make you pay for it, make you pay his pension. He's the poorest man in Congress, but he doesn't remember that he's vice president. It's been in what now, 6 years? He still thinks he's back in Congress. So we got to ask, what is he smoking, or is he just brain dead naturally? But to go back to Hillary Clinton, she first said that she and Bill were dead broke. Yeah, they were living in their cardboard box outside the White House. And Chelsea went off to college. I guess they got somebody to donate the money to send her to Stanford. And then she goes to NBC and puts her cup out, and they said, we'll take you right in, Chelsea. And they give her a 600 grand job in the news department, and they're paying her not to do news. I don't get that, but I guess she's getting paid to be a Clinton, as some have said. So then the Hildebeast goes and says, I'm too poor. I don't have enough money. Now, you know, I don't know about you guys in Penn Hills. I'm Hi Brad Jolio. Hello on that other forum, and thank you for MV for reinstating me. I haven't decided to go back to Belgab or not, and I see Jasmunda posting the front of my webpage, which is, I thank you. I, in turn, put a little note there about Jasmunda at the beginning of my forum. So, the evil Australian criminal mastermind, Jasmunda, as we all know. He's responsible for all crime in Australia. The Moriarty of his time. But, anyway, she's crying poverty now because with 50 million, I guess she goes to those Bilderberg functions, and the other millionaires and billionaires won't talk to her. They stand off. They put her in a corner. And they don't want anything to do with it because she's too poor. I should be that poor. 50 million and she's crying poverty. What is this woman thinking? What the hell is wrong with this woman? Aside from being a liberal, whacked out Democrat, ultra-liberal, who wanted to infest us with Hillary Claire when Bill Clinton was in office, and they squashed that. But she thinks 50 million is poor. I guess by some standards it is. When you got a couple of billion, or you're a Bill Gates or a Warren Buffett or Carlos Slim, 50 million ain't squat. But I'll take 50 million in a heartbeat if I win the lotto on Saturday. I'll take it and hobble down to the lotto office, turn in my tickets, and give me the check in 2 weeks, or however long it takes. I don't get that at all. But this shows you the disconnect between the politicians in Washington, the career politicians in the legislature in Sacramento, and politicians all over the country. They don't have any concept of what it is to be a regular guy. To go work for a living, to go out there and struggle, to not only go work for a living, but work 2 jobs. Some guys are working 3 jobs. Some guys even working 4 jobs. Some guys ain't working at all. Some guys are living on the street with their whole families in a car or in a beat-up truck or a motorhome, or living under the side of a freeway or under freeway, as I saw in Oakland last week. You had lines and lines of shopping carts as far as you could see, and there were about 10 homeless guys all under the freeway. And aside from the mentally ill homeless who won't listen to anybody, won't go to shelters, when they offer them a place to live, they won't go. There's no excuse for people to be homeless in this country. We got enough wealth and enough boarded up houses and stuff that everybody in the country could have a place to live. And the same with the poor homeless dogs and cats. And I can see my hair is growing back. Excuse me, it drives me nuts to see that damn cowlick. Anybody got a cure for cowlick, let me know. It's been that way all my life. It drives me nuts to look at it. But you got $50 million and you're claiming you're poor. That's insane. Hillary has no concept, like a lot of people when they become rich, of how this signs to the average guy out there, and particularly the voter. I'm poor. Bill and I are dead broke. And the stupid people vote for these kind of people. There's a thing, I didn't read it in the Washington Post, why Hillary's comments on her wealth won't matter. That's because the Washington Post has disconnect too. It's a liberal rag. I wouldn't wrap my cat litter in the Washington Post or put it in my cat box. I read it to find stories to post to my forum. Anybody with any 2 cents worth of brains would say this woman's whacked. And there's another thing about Hillary. I'm going to go back to Dick Cheney for a moment, the hated one of liberals and the ultra-left. They blame Cheney and Rumsfeld for all the evils in the world. They want Cheney and George W. Bush to be tried as war criminals. And yet there ain't no call for crying Obama is a war criminal. He drops drones like the M&M's characters drop M&Ms. Dropping them on Americans. Appeals court said no problem. Kill Americans overseas. No warrant, no court trial, no reports to file. Just drop the drone on them. But nobody goes, hey, Obama's a war criminal. He's dropped hundreds, if not thousands, of drones on terrorists and killed innocent people. So this is something I had to say. Hillary Clinton, wealth, war criminals. Oh yeah, lost track of what I was talking about. They bitched about Dick Cheney's heart, his stents, and all the stuff he used to do. I'm playing with the pens. That's the noise. And yet Hillary supposedly has a health problem. She faints. I wonder if she can do it on command, like you'd pay $10. See Hillary faint as a fundraiser. And you go, Hillary faint, you snap your fingers like a hypnotist, and she would faint. Bam. That might be fun to watch. But she faints a lot. She faints partially because she ain't taking her medicine. She's subject to blood clots, supposedly. My mother had to take Lasix. I guess she had the same thing. They give that to horses. So I don't know if it's the same Lasix, but I used to see on her medicine counter all our medications, and the day after my mother died, the medication disappeared. I don't know if the doctor threw them away, the housekeeper, or what. But it would have been nice to contact her doctor and ask what to do with them. And she won't take her medication. She's fainted on a recent trip to Yemen or somewhere. And yet the left constantly bitched about Dick Cheney's health problems, and he was one step away from the presidency. But you got a woman that faints and has blood issues and clotting issues, supposedly. So do you want someone like that in the presidency? She might be disabled during a moment of major crisis. Not that she's going to use the military, because she and Billy Boy hated the military. They used them when they had to, when they were forced to by Congress and public opinion. So just think about that in 2016 when you go vote. You got someone think she's not rich enough, and she doesn't think that you're too rich because she and the people like her want to take your money away from you every chance they get when they get in office. Okay, this is the guy from Pittsburgh, and I think I'll give the horse a rest. So we'll just have the monkey talk. And Free Art Bell. Bye to Brad Julia, my nephew Jimmy, all my relatives back in the Berg. And I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.